Come with me to clean the chicken house. I have not cleaned it in a while and it is nasty. So life has just been so busy and unfortunately it got neglected, but I'm finally getting around to clean it, but you can see it has gotten really bad in here. So first things first, let's open all those windows up. We need some really good ventilation because breathing in that chicken poop dust is not good for those lungs. So let's open all the doors up, and then I need to get all the winter stuff out. I've got this heated water base that keeps their water from freezing. I need to take that out, and I've got a light in here that we had to use when it got really cold, as well as some food bins. And then I'm just raking those old nasty shavings out. So I've got everything out, and as you can tell, some of that needs scrubbed off. Let's go get the wheelbarrow so that we can start taking stuff out. I really love this yard cart. It's very easy to drag around and stuff. It is the best for this. And then I'm scraping the roost off. And unfortunately, the way we built these egg boxes, they love to sleep on them, which means that they love to poop on them. And it just did not work out well. We slanted the roof thinking that they would not sit on the slanted surface, but they have been determined not to sit on the roost and instead to sit on that. So now I'm getting over to the corner of the roost, and it is really bad over in this area. I was having a lot of trouble scraping this, so I eventually did go and get some water to soften that up and then scraped it all off with this metal dustpan. The scraping took me so long, I did not film all of it, and then I took out the shavings from the egg boxes because these shavings were pretty clean, so I kind of wanted to save those in a bucket, and I didn't want them to get wet when I had to pour water on the top of the thing, so I took all those out. Most of these clips are sped up in 5 times the speed, and I did not film the whole process, so you can tell just how long this really took. And then next I got some dish soap and just to cut through like that nastiness and try to get that wood underneath clean. I'm thinking about painting this and the roost. I don't know, maybe there's something I can do to keep them off of this egg box tops. If you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comments below. But yeah, definitely something else needs to be done long term with this. And I popped some gloves on because this was getting really nasty. I forgot to mention that. Always when you're working with nasty chicken stuff, please be careful because it really isn't good for you. So I got all the roost scrubbed off to the best that I could. I wasn't really sure how to go about cleaning this, so I ended up bringing a watering can in here to kind of rinse the nastiness off, and I didn't care if the shavings underneath got wet because I was going to take those out anyways, so that ended up working okay, and then using the dish soap and scrub brush as well as the water in this bucket, so that worked okay, but I didn't get it as clean as I would like. We don't have like removable roofs, so I can't just take them outside and spray them, which would be really nice. I've heard a lot of people talk about how easy chicken keeping is, and I disagree. There's a lot of time and energy and work that goes into it, especially if you have a lot and you're keeping them as pets, and I really want to make sure that they have the best lives possible, so it definitely takes a lot of time and energy, and definitely consider that before you get any pet. I know with Chick Days coming up, a lot of people are like, oh, I want chickens, and they are super fun to have, especially getting the eggs, and they teach great responsibility for kids and stuff as well. I've had chickens for many, many years, but they are a lot of work and a lot of time, so definitely think about that before you invest in some. Once the roost were done, I started getting all the shavings out, so I just completely stripped pretty much the whole thing. I kept some of the shavings from the egg boxes and some that were in the front, but other than that, I took everything out. So here's a look after it was all done. You can tell that the light is it's getting darker in there because it was actually starting to get dark outside. And then I was going to clean their feeder off. They've pooped all over their feeder. Chickens, they just, everywhere they go, they poop. So if they're on it, it's going to get nasty. So I'm thankful that this is metal, so it was pretty easy to clean. And so I just went in there with a scrub brush and got it all cleaned up. I really like this chicken feeder. We tried several different ones before settling on this one, but it's very nice because the top stays closed so that the food like stays clean and out from predators, but the chickens learn to step on this bottom part to open the door on top, and then they can eat the food out of that. So it works really nice. Here I am demonstrating how that works. It's kind of hard to explain. And then I went to put in the new shavings. The chickens were in here, so here's a shot at some of my chickens. They were definitely walking around in front of the camera. And I filled up the egg boxes. I love the look of the fresh new shavings, and it smells so good putting those pine shavings in here. My uncle has a big dump trailer, so he goes to a local sawmill and gets shavings for pretty cheap, so it's really helpful, and I really appreciate him going and getting those. So we have the big dump trailer, so I just go over and get some 5-gallon buckets full of shavings and then spread them in the chicken house. Also got their water back in here and the chicken feeder, and it looks so much better. So yeah, now they've got their fresh, clean house. I ended up adding some more shavings later in the week, and I hope it doesn't get that dirty for a while. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Bye!